All right, let's dive right in. Today, we're digging into this really fascinating source that, gives us a glimpse into the very near future. We're talking 2026, and it's all about how our cities are basically being forced to completely overhaul the idea of wellness. And it's thanks to some seriously wild technology, and honestly, just pure necessity. So let's just start with the core idea here, which is, well, it's a pretty bold statement. The source is basically saying that by 2026, the spa is no longer a luxury. It's not about pampering. It's a survival tool. Yeah, a necessity for just making it through modern city life.
Which, immediately makes you wonder, how on earth did we get here? How did relaxation become a high-tech industry? I mean, what's happening in the world that we actually have to engineer our own downtime? It's a big question, so let's unpack it.
Okay, so first things first. To understand why these spas even exist, we've got to look at the problem they're designed to solve. And honestly, the picture our source paints is, well, it's pretty bleak. We're talking about a society that is just completely, utterly burned out.
So, what does that actually feel like? Well, think about burnout rates just skyrocketing. The lines between your work life and your home life, totally gone, blurred into one big mess. And all the while, your brain is just buzzing, nonstop, with digital noise, notifications, city sounds. It gets to a point where you're not just looking for a little break, you need a full-on hard reset for your entire nervous system.
And that is where this new kind of urban sanctuary comes into play. See, the whole idea isn't to escape the city anymore. It's about creating these little pockets of calm, these oases right smack in the middle of the chaos. They're literally built to fight back against all that modern stress. And this slide really highlights the huge shift in thinking here. The traditional spa, that was all about escapism, right? Getting away from it all. But the 2026 urban spa, totally different. The focus is now on performance and recovery. The goal isn't just relaxation, it's biological optimization. It's less about pampering and more about tuning up your body and mind so you can actually handle reality better. This leads us to a really cool concept they called urban micro-wellness. Think of it like this. It's wellness on demand. It's like a quick shot of espresso for your nervous system. We're not talking about blocking out a whole day. No way. These are high-efficiency, super potent experiences that you can literally fit into your lunch break. It's brilliant, really. Now get this. It's not just about the treatments. The building itself is part of the therapy. It's a principle called biophilic design. So when you see things like living moss walls or lighting that perfectly mimics the sun's natural cycle, that's not just for decoration. Nope. It is all scientifically engineered to counteract urban fatigue and actively lower your stress. Okay, and now for the part you've been waiting for, the good stuff. Let's talk about the actual high-tech healing tools they're using inside these places. And I'm not kidding, some of this stuff sounds like it's pulled straight from science fiction. First up, we have neuro-relaxation capsules. And listen, forget those vibrating chairs you see at the mall. This is a whole different league. These are specialized pods designed for one thing, getting your fried brain back online and fast. So what's going on inside one of these things? Well, it's a symphony of tech. You've got chromotherapy, which uses specific colors of light. You have binaural soundscapes that literally guide your brainwaves into a state of relaxation, plus gentle vibrations to soothe your whole nervous system. But here's the kicker, the big claim. Just 20 minutes in one of these pods can supposedly give you the restorative benefits of 4 hours of deep sleep. Just wow. All right, next on the menu is something that's apparently become a huge deal by 2026, contrast therapy. You've probably heard it called the fire and ice method. It's pretty intense. And let me tell you, when they say ice, they are not messing around. We are talking about stepping into a cryotherapy chamber chilled to negative 100 degrees Celsius. Yeah, it's an insane shock to the system, but it's a good kind of shock. So the whole cycle is actually pretty simple. You start in a super hot infrared sauna to heat your body up, then you move straight into that freezing cryo chamber or a cold plunge, and you repeat that. The effect? It's incredible for killing inflammation, and it triggers this massive dopamine rush. People say you walk out of there feeling absolutely electric, just totally revitalized. But wait, there's more. Skincare is also getting a massive futuristic upgrade. We're talking about exosome and peptide facials, which are overtaking old-school fillers. They basically use these tiny little signaling molecules to tell your own cells to repair themselves. It's repair from the inside out. And on the mental side of things, you've got digital detox rituals, where you actually have to lock your phone away in a signal-blocking pouch. So you are forced truly forced to disconnect. So, okay, the treatments themselves are clearly from the future, but it's not just about what happens in the room. The entire experience, from the second you walk through the door, is this seamless blend of the physical and the digital. They've even got a name for it, the phygital blend, physical plus digital. For example, your consultation might be with an AI that scans your skin and stress levels to create a hyper-personalized plan. The showers are smart, letting you customize everything from scent to water pressure. You've got membership models that work like wellness credits. And hey, if you want total privacy, there's even touchless tech like robot massages. It's wild.
What's great is that our source also gives some practical advice on how to spot a good one. The green flags? Look for a place that uses data to customize your session, uses things like active acoustics to block out city noise, and has top-notch air purification. The red flags to avoid? Any place making crazy miracle claims with no science to back it up, or a place that's vague about their ingredients or has poor air quality. You gotta be a smart consumer.
All right, let's zoom out for a second and think about what this all really means, because this is bigger than just a few cool gadgets in a spa. This points to a fundamental cultural shift in how we approach health and wellness. Essentially, there's this major psychological shift happening. We're moving from what you might call detox culture, the temporary quick fix, to something new, longevity culture. This is all about making a long-term investment in your biological age. It's a marathon, not a sprint. It's proactive maintenance, not just a reactive fix when something breaks. And this quote from the source really just says it all, doesn't it? Luxury in 2026 isn't about gold leaf or crystal chandeliers. It's about silence, clean air, and the ability to turn off the world for 60 minutes. I mean, in a world that's always on, that's the real luxury. And looking ahead, it's going to get even more tailored. The next frontier is what's being called predictive wellness. So picture this, your wearable ring syncs with the spa and tells them you had a terrible night's sleep. Before you even arrive, they've already pre-calibrated your treatment room. The light, the sound, the temperature, all optimized for your specific state. Your therapist can then adjust everything in real time based on your biometrics. It's hyper-personalization. And all of this leaves us with a pretty provocative question to chew on, right? With all this technology aimed at managing, tweaking, and biohacking our bodies, is our own body just becoming the next device that we need to optimize? A fascinating and maybe slightly unsettling thought to end on.